fortunate because we didn't rehearse our little introductions, but between a little bit of what Julie and Fred and Megan and Clay said, I don't have very much more to add. But first of all, I'll start by thanking you all for coming tonight. This is an extraordinary turnout. I'm just so happy to see and meet each of you. And the fact that you're all here, I know, is a reflection of the wonderful host committee that I was planning to introduce, but now I don't have to. But I did want to thank Clay Cohn, my campaign manager, for helping with tonight's event. Just so you know, Clay already has a track record of getting 2 current city council members elected. So I'm under a little bit of pressure to keep his track record going. I want to thank Fred Garner for his wonderful remarks. I want to introduce my greatly overqualified treasurer, David Fite.
All contributions are welcome, thank you.
And I know the other. And finally, I want to thank my husband, Art, who has been so supportive of me and everything that I do. So thank you so much. So a number of you have already asked me, and I told you it was going to be in my speech, why are you running? And so I thought I would answer that question first. So I firmly believe that Naples City Council deserves to have people who are professional, experienced, and independent like me. But they also may occasionally disagree on particular issues. They still have a vision of Naples as an extraordinary place, and that we should have the vision to want to preserve the distinct character of Naples. It's a city where you and all other residents expect and receive an extraordinarily high level of services, and yet these services are delivered within an extremely professionally prepared and conservative budget. And I hope to continue that. The other vision that I have of Naples is something that has been described in our comprehensive plan, and that is Naples as a green jewel. And this is really where I have spent a lot of my time and effort. When we talk about green jewel, obviously we start by talking about what brought most of us here to Naples. We came because of the beaches, and we came because of the Gulf. And we expect that we'll have wonderful drinking water. We also love the landscaping, we love the trees. And I think that when we travel around the country and when we travel around the world, we always come back to Naples and we're so impressed at how beautiful it is. And this is what I think should definitely be a responsibility of City Council, to make sure that we're not only planting landscape, but we're also making sure that we're properly maintaining that landscaping. So I was then going to say, why am I qualified to run for City Council? And Clay already gave you my background in terms of my work experience. I just want to add that I've worked for 30 years for 3 different HMOs, always worked so well with people, but more importantly, I always enjoyed what I did. And that's what I'm expecting to happen if I'm fortunate to join City Council. I expect that it's going to be a wonderful experience. Maybe somebody else may disagree with me.
Ask her. You'll never be bored.
Do I have to, by the way? Maybe I'm remiss in not introducing Councilman Doug Finley. When we moved to Naples, I was fortunate to get involved with the Park Shore Association, and it was such a privilege to serve first for 3 years as its membership chair, and then for 3 years as its president. Most people compliment me on what was accomplished during my 3 years as president. I really just want to highlight 2 of them that really directly impacted the entire city. First We were very successful in lobbying City Council to fund the planting of 150 mahogany trees down Creighton Road. Those trees are now in their 5th year of growth. They look so beautiful, and I think it's hard to imagine Creighton Road without those trees. Absolutely. And then the second project that was very dear to my heart was the wooden, moldy street signs that were so prevalent in the city. Here again, Park Shore took this on as a project, and we were fortunate to gain the support of City Council, who agreed that the street signs needed to be replaced. Fortunately, the city was able to save on some maintenance costs as a way of further justifying it. But I think everybody who sees those signs and sees the medallions of each neighborhood, I'd like to commend Kerry Dustin, by the way, who's president of the Coquina Sands Association. Their logo looks so beautiful, that gold on black, as you go from the Memorials into Coquina Sands and see those neighborhood changes. It's been a wonderful improvement for the city. So those are examples of the types of projects that I get involved with. So I appreciate your coming tonight. I'm going to say to you that if you feel that what people have said about me and what I've said about myself resonates with you, and you think that I am the type of person that you would like to have on City Council, I have actually 4 things that I want to ask you to do. 3 are going to be free. One is going to cost. So let me start with the free ones. First of all, I would like you to vote for me. You can vote early, you can vote absentee ballot, you can vote on March 15th, which is still so far away.
But you can't vote often, like some places.
Like Chicago.
Not like Chicago, you can't vote often.
I'd like you to vote for me. Second, as again, I think Megan might have said already, I would like you to tell your friends and everybody you know to vote for me. And finally, if you have a single family house, I would greatly appreciate your putting your name on my sign-up sheet for a yard sign. We will deliver the sign, we will remove it, we won't put it out too early. We're kind of trying to decide when best to put it out. But it would be really helpful, particularly because we have such a broad representation of so many neighborhoods here. It would really be helpful to see my name all over the city. And then finally, the 4th one. I would greatly appreciate your making a contribution to my campaign. I need to show that I have a broad base of support from everybody in the city. And as the campaign heats up, I'm going to use those funds to publicize my name more and get better known in the city. My goal, of course, is to have the highest vote count of everyone running.
You bet.
So, in closing, I first of all want to say that although obviously this has been an incredible host committee who produced such a beautiful event, I think we all have to acknowledge that this event would never have happened without Julie Dominic. And I'd like to again thank Julie for all the effort, and I'd like everybody to give you an applause for The people that you send to Naples City Council determine the quality of the services that you receive and how efficiently they are provided. It's an election that really does matter to you. And so I will encourage you to vote. And if you like what I'm saying, I would greatly appreciate your voting for me. And thank you again so very much for coming tonight.
Lovely.